Stop being a fucking coward. Stop looking at the world and complaining about the same bullshit all fucking day, every day. Stop complaining about fucking politics. Stop complaining about this and that, the work, these other people, gossiping, talking behind people's backs. Do your inner fucking work. Heal. The answers aren't out there. They're not in the media. They're not from fucking Donald Trump or any of these politicians. The answers you're looking for are in here. Why you're so miserable, why you're so pessimistic, why you're so cynical, why you don't believe in humanity, why you don't believe in yourself, why you'd rather complain and bitch and moan instead of actually open your mind up to bigger possibilities and realities and ideas. Do you know how narrow-minded most people are? So fucking narrow-minded. They get stuck on certain ideas and beliefs when they're young and they stick with them forever. Like, do you know how mind-numbingly ridiculous that is? Stop caring so much about being right. Being right doesn't mean a goddamn thing if you're stuck in pride and ego and not treating people well and not treating yourself well. All that matters is being respectful and loving towards yourself and others. And in our world, so many people are so fucking lost in that. There are so many people who are just so self-righteous. Oh, they think they know best. They've never humbled themselves. They've never sought truth. They've never sought something higher than themselves for the answers. They learn what they're told. Maybe they start to think for themselves. They find some bullshit people to blame or ideas or whatever, and they stick with that. They don't look for actual truth. And it's pathetic. Humble yourself. We live in a massive, expansive, never-ending universe as far as we know. And you think you found all the answers? You think being in your pessimism and your cynicism and your left versus right bullshit, you think sitting in that helps anything at all? Do you think blaming the other side helps? Do you think blaming a certain group of people for all the problems helps? We're all in this together. We are collectively creating all of this. We're the ones who choose. We're the ones who decide. And until we start to look for and believe in and accept ideas that are uniting us, that bring us together, that choose love over fear, love over hatred and division, we're never going to have a world that actually has that. And if you're not believing in love and unity and working together, you're part of the problem. It's time to wake up. The world is the way it is because so many people just accept that it is that and complain about it instead of actually changing the way they think about it. And yes, the way you think about things matters. Because at the end of the day, what you choose to do and or not do is going to be based on what you believe in deeply. Not just some wishy-washy, oh, I believe in this, I believe in that, or I'm for this, or I'm for that. But to actually have conviction on what is right and what is true. And anything that divides us, anything based in fear, in separation, in lack, in blaming others, the blame game, that's not it. The reason you're unhappy with life is because of what's in here, and more so what's in here. You've accepted that life has to be a certain way. You've accepted that you're a certain way. You don't believe that people change. You don't believe that you can change. You don't believe society can change. And that's the fucking problem. Doubt and fear, judgment and hatred and condemnation, these things only tear us apart. They do not bring us together. We have tried this for centuries, thousands of years. Has it ever fucking helped? Nope. Nope, it hasn't. That's why war doesn't make any fucking sense. Because what happens? You go and you fight, one side wins, one side surrenders, and then the side that loses has a revolution of some sort eventually and then rises up and fights back again. It's just a never-ending thing, right? An eye for an eye leaves the whole world blind, right? At some point, we have to choose collectively forgiveness. And this means on a collective level and an individual level. We need to forgive ourselves and we need to forgive others. The wisest and most influential people of human history have been saying this for a goddamn reason. Forgive. Love your enemies. Love others and treat others the way you would like to be treated. But then there's the problem of us. Most of us don't know how to fucking love ourselves. We're in our heads so cruel and harsh and critical. That's not who you really are. And in fact, that's the real enemy. Is this liar inside of us, this judge, this harsh critic, this voice inside of us that makes us feel so much shame and guilt and unworthiness and anger. And instead of us looking at ourselves, that feels too painful. And so we start to project that out and we start projecting that onto others. We blame this group or we blame these people. It's their fault that I'm so unhappy. It's their fault that my life is a mess. It's their fault that my relationship, or their fault that the country is this way, or whatever. It's on us. It's on us to change it. It's on us humans, collectively, to grow up, to evolve, to mature, to learn emotional intelligence and spiritual intelligence. They go hand in hand. The more you know yourself, the more emotionally intelligent you will be, because your intuition comes back online. That's right, we're all intuitive, right? We're all energy, we're all consciousness. But of course, so many will reject that idea because they're afraid to know themselves. So I'm calling you out. Stop blaming others for the way the world is. Go inward. Get to know yourself. Learn to understand your mind. Stop letting your mind and your emotions control you. Learn how to understand them. You're not the mind. The mind's thinking all the time, right? When you don't even want it to. You're not the mind. You're the observer of the mind. The emotions are happening all the time. Are you paying attention to them? Are you distracting? Or are you just letting them control what you think. You're the observer of the emotions. You're the observer because you're consciousness. You are a soul having a temporary human experience. And this is important to understand, because when we realize that just because we have thoughts and emotions that seem to be tied together, and sometimes really powerful thoughts and emotions tied together, that doesn't make them true. Just because you blame them and you have a lot of anger and rage or hatred or distrust or whatever in them, and you have this strong emotion that doesn't feel good attached to it, that emotion is not telling you that those thoughts are true. That's not intuition. That's not truth. Because it's not loving. And the truth is love. Because we're all one. One collective energy, one collective consciousness. There's one infinite and eternal source, and it is everyone and everything. It's time to open your mind. It's time to stop rejecting these types of ideas just because it's not what you were raised with. Let go of your pride. Let go of your arrogance. The universe is so much more than what we have been taught growing up. So much more. God is so much more than what we were taught in religions and other places. Life is so much more. Life doesn't have to be suffering and pain forever. Because you can learn, you can grow, you can evolve, you can change, you can become wiser. You can learn how to flow with life rather than try and force things. You're not in control. And the only way to actually start winning this game is to surrender. To say, I'm done fighting. I'm done being arrogant and prideful. I'm done judging and condemning and blaming. I'm done with it. I want to know the truth. And so I'm going to humble myself. I'm going to admit that I don't know what's really going on here. If I am not in love and appreciation and gratitude for life and having faith that humanity is heading the right direction, I don't know what's going on here. That's the truth. That's the truth. If you're afraid of what's happening with humanity or you're angry about it and you don't see what's happening, you don't know. You don't see the whole picture yet. Humble yourself. Ask to be shown the truth. Seek forgiveness within yourself. You have to forgive yourself. All right? This one infinite eternal source, God, that is one with everyone and everything, already loves you unconditionally. You have to choose to forgive yourself and others. The only reason you don't feel worthy of a good life is because you don't believe it. The only reason you don't believe that you deserve and are worthy of a life that feels good and flows effortlessly is because you don't believe it. It's because you haven't been taught that. It's because your life hasn't shown you that. And it's because you didn't have models and examples of that reflected to you growing up. So you don't think that it's possible. But that is only one perspective. There are more perspectives. There's an infinite number of perspectives because we live in an infinite existence. So stop being so stuck on one way of being. If this way of being is not leading you to happiness and inner peace and a life that feels aligned and good to you, and healthy relationships and a healthy relationship to yourself, then it's time for some new perspectives. Because what you're holding on to obviously does not help you. And the cynical or pessimistic or rigid idea of, well, I am what I believe in, and this is my opinion, blah, blah, blah. Shut the fuck up. That's stupid, and you know it. Doubt kills progress. Fear and division kill progress. Don't hold on to that stuff. It doesn't help you. It doesn't help anyone. It's just selfish and negative for no reason. I know you've got pain. We've all got pain. We've all been through shit. We've all been hurt. Are you going to let that define you? Is that what decides who you are? Or are you willing to actually look at yourself? All of yourself. Every part. And find out what your life has been trying to teach you. Because it has been. Are you learning from it? Or are you just staying sour? Humanity's healing is possible. There are millions and millions and millions of people right now talking about healing. Healing our minds, healing our emotions, healing our relationship to ourselves, healing our relationship to others. That needs to be our number one priority. Healing. Because until we heal our minds and our relationships to ourselves and others, we can't create a beautiful society where we can all thrive. And that is the goal, is it not? All right, these people at the top that you want to blame, they're not the fucking problem. All right? They're a byproduct of us not choosing better for ourselves. We need to empower ourselves. Stop fighting against others and instead empower ourselves through love, through wisdom, through trusting in a higher power, the source that connects us all, the source that is truly in control of what happens. Because like I said, we are not in control. We are not in control of what happens. We are in control of our choices and our perceptions and our beliefs. But we don't control other people, and we don't control the rest of the world. We have to collectively choose something better for ourselves. And therefore, stop wasting your time with mindless TV or the news or any of these negative, fear-based and division-based sources and media and content. And instead, maybe look for something, uplifting, inspiring, something expansive, something that helps you understand yourself better, something that helps you heal, forgive, open up to new ideas. Maybe try that. What's stopping you? Only you.